6 things that I did to cure my anxiety. I'm going to share all 6 with you today in this episode. Do you have to do all 6? No, you don't have to. But if you do all 6, well, I can't guarantee anything, of course, here, but I can come pretty close to saying that you're going to be fixed. Your anxiety is going to be much better, if not totally gone. We're going to talk about it right here in this episode. I'm Dr. Dave, and this is Microdose U. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome.
Enter the world of magic mushrooms with Microdose U.
Hey there, I am Dr. Dave. Welcome back, Microdose U. I'm going to share with you today 6 things that I have done throughout my microdosing journey. In addition to the microdosing, well, one of them might be microdosing, I can't tell you yet. However, I'm going to give you 5 more. And if you do these, I'm pretty certain you're going to be feeling much better. There's almost no question in my mind. Before I start, just real quickly, check out my new website, microdoseu.com. And it's spelled microdose with the letter U tacked on the end of it. And we've got a lot of things there that I think are going to help you in your journey. Frequently asked questions, other things that we got going on. Check them out, and also the show notes for every one of these podcast episodes. I've got some things there, some links for you. I'm here because I want you to feel better every single day. I did it, and I'm not special. I'm not different than you. I just might be a little bit ahead of you on the timeline, but you can do this stuff. It's not rocket science, but there's certain principles and certain things you have to follow. And 6 of them we'll be talking about today. So these are not in any order at all, but if you're experiencing any type of anxiety and or depression, I'm going to recommend that you try as many of these 6 as possible. Number 1, again, I don't know if I said this yet or not. They're not in any particular order. I think I did just say that. No order, they're all important. Number 1, I've talked to you about this one before, but I don't know if you've done this. And if you haven't done this, I am a tad bit disappointed in you because it's so powerful and it will work for you. And what that is getting the right amount of sleep and getting checked for obstructive sleep apnea or some type of sleep apnea. There are different types of sleep apneas, but I want you to get checked. Because if you're experiencing anxiety, depression, also if you notice your blood pressure is up a little bit, I'm not saying definitely, but there's a chance you're experiencing sleep apnea, and you've got to get it checked. And getting it checked has never been easier. You can do an in-home, why did I say in-home? In-home sleep study, and you and your doctor will learn how many times per hour you're getting jabbed, because it's kind of the equivalent of that. If you stop breathing, let's just say you stop breathing 10 times per hour, and your blood oxygen concentration is going down those 10 times. That's pretty dangerous, and that can start to affect your body and your organs and all kinds of things going on, and that will ultimately cause anxiety. It'll put you in the fight or flight mode, sympathetic mode, and it wreaks havoc on your body, and that's what was going on in my body, and that's why I've shared this with you. And no, you don't have to be overweight to have sleep apnea. You don't have to fit a profile. Thin people, young people can all have sleep apnea. I want you to get tested. Talk to your doc or go online and just do a search for at-home sleep study and see what comes up. If there's some things now that you can use. And I just want you to do this because, again, it's super, super important. If you are doing other things to combat your anxiety and you have sleep apnea, it's still very dangerous. That's what I have to say about that. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is I want you to get checked for vitamin B12, but not only that, but different vitamins and minerals and nutrients. I want you to get checked. I want you to get a full blood test and ask your doctor to check everything for you. The reason I'm saying that is because these days, if we're missing some type of food group, if we're not eating well, or even if we are, we still could be low on certain nutrients. So I remember it was probably about a year ago, I was experiencing some anxiety that came back for totally unknown reasons. Here I was on my microdosing journey. Things were going great, but I reached a point where I started feeling anxious again. And what I did some research and I dosed on vitamin B12, just the spray you get at any health food store. The spray of vitamin B12, you spray it. The best way to spray it is under your tongue. And I will tell you this now, again, I don't know if this is coincidental or I don't think it was placebo. Within a very short amount of time, I'm talking a couple hours, I felt better. It gets absorbed very quickly because you're spraying it underneath your tongue. But I want you to get checked for B12, but not only that, get a full panel of vitamins, minerals, and whatever else your doctor recommends. If your doctor says that's crazy, find another doctor because it's not crazy one bit. It's just not crazy. There are many people running around with, low levels of different things. Please get checked. Next one is number 3. If you haven't done this yet, I want you to increase the amount you move. Move your body. Get outside. Do something. Sedentary people are more prone to anxiety and also depression. A lot of times they go hand in hand. Sedentary people are more prone. Get out there. Just do something you love. I think walking is one of the best exercises ever. You don't have to be a competitive athlete. You don't have to be doing Ironman runs and things like that. Iron Men or Iron Man, Iron Woman. You don't have to be doing any of that stuff. Get out there and walk. A long time ago, I wrote a book and this is, I'm not trying to push the book. I don't even know if it's still in print. It's been a while. But one of the things I talked about was the Magic 4. If you get out there every single day and walk 4 miles, it will change your body both mentally and physically. I'm a big proponent of this. And you might be saying, well, I don't have time to walk 4 miles every day. Do you have time for your health? Do you have time for your mental and physical health? If you don't have any time to put into it, then you're going to probably have issues. This is really important. This is your life, and I hope you have time to put into this. If you don't have time, do less than 4. But 4 seems to be like that sweet spot where things change both mentally and physically. You got to do it though. Listen to my podcast during your Magic 4 walks every day. Although, even though I put out only 2 per week, you might deplete them, but I hope you're up to date anyway. I put a brand new episode out every single, when is it? It's Wednesday and Friday. And I think today is Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it is. So, okay, what was that? That was number 3. Number 4, another thing I've talked about, but not for a little while now. And the reason I've talked about a lot of these, but I want to compile them into one episode where you can easily learn all 6. Number 4 is I want you to do more nasal breathing. When you're out and about, living your daily life, please concentrate on breathing in and out through your nose. In and out through your nose. Again, it's a game changer. So many things start to happen in a relatively short amount of time. One thing is when you breathe in and out in through your nose, you're using nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is being produced by your body, and that is I believe that's a vasodilator. It's going to open up your blood vessels a little more, increase the oxygen flow to your brain, and basically make you feel a lot better. It's definitely a game changer. Now, at the beginning, it's not easy to keep breathing through your nose without taking a breath through your mouth, because you're not used to it. That's the only reason. You've been breathing through your mouth more than you should, probably for your whole life. So it definitely takes some training. Some people say tape your mouth so you can't breathe. I don't recommend that. You just practice. Breathe through your nose. And when you do your walk, try to breathe through your nose only. Now, you might want to just start off, say, for the first 1 minute, I'm going to breathe through my nose, and then I can cheat a little bit, then do another minute. Because when you first start, it's not simple. It definitely takes some training and getting used to. However, when you become a total nose breather, I promise you, you'll feel better mentally and physically. I promise you. But you got to do it. You can't do it once, or you can't do it for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes a day. No, that's not going to, you have to get into the habit of really breathing almost exclusively through your nose. Try it, and I want you to let me know. Just send me an email or let me know how you're doing with it. And my email address, by the way, my email address is always in the show notes, always. And on my website. Number 5, you know that this one has to be somewhere in the 1 through 6. Number 5 is microdosing of magic mushrooms. That's a game changer, absolutely. And if you're brand new to microdosing, you just haven't even done it, I'm going to be doing a recording pretty soon that's going to share with you how to microdose from the start. Just the beginner's guide or microdosing from scratch or whatever it's going to be called. I'm not sure, but it's going to be really soon. But microdosing of magic mushrooms is the thing that changed my life and made me feel better every single day. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about happiness. And this person said to me, well, nobody's 100% happy. It's just, everybody's got issues and things. We're all human beings. And the second part is true. As human beings, we all have issues and things that we go through. However, I told him that I totally disagree that nobody's 100% happy. And the reason I know is because I've achieved 100% happiness. I honestly feel that I wake up every single day and feel really happy. And no, this is not BS. I really feel happy. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have any issues that I work through. Issues that you work through are not happiness or unhappiness. They're things that you're working through. You can still be incredibly happy and dealing with life's things, for sure. But again, this is not bragging in any way. I want you to get there. I want you to be there. I am 100% happy, and I say that I owe it to these 6 things and more, but these 6 things that I'm sharing with you today. They made me not only lose the depression and the anxiety, but increase the happiness quotient, like incredibly. Okay. Number 6, it's a biggie. It's a biggie, but you have to do it. There's no debate on this one. Like if you tell me, well, I don't really want to take vitamin B12, well, you're missing out. If you are low, you're missing out. But I can't say to you that you have to do it, or anything else. However, everything I've shared with you is super important, and I don't want you to just leave anything out. I really want you to do all of these. However, this one is a game changer. Well, they all are, though. They're all game changers. But so I said they're not in any order, but this one is get the stuff out of your life that's not working anymore. The stuff. And you know exactly what I mean by stuff. Get the stuff out of your life. It's finally time. It's the end of June already, right? And when I first did the first episode of this year, the first episode of 2024, I said to you in no uncertain terms, this is going to be your year. This is your year to finally change, not put up with the stuff you've been putting up with for, I don't know even how long you've been putting up with this stuff. This is your year. But here we are now, the year is just about half over. What have you done? I want you to get rid of the stuff, and the stuff could be a bad relationship. It could be a horrible job that you hate get going into every day. You say, well, I got to pay my bills. Yeah, of course you have to pay your bills, but you can do it with a job that you love. I don't want you to go through life with a job that's not working out for you and you dread going in every day. I don't want you to do that. And that's contributing to your well-being or your not so well-being. It's contributing to that. The bad relationship. The somebody that you're hanging around with that you know you shouldn't be hanging around with this person because they're a negative you know what. A negative F. Just Photoshop that person out of your life. Don't wish them any harm. No, we don't do that. We don't hold grudges. We don't wish anybody any harm. We wish them the best. But that does not mean you need to be hanging around that person. I want you to start doing positive things in your life and eliminate the negative. If you don't do it, none of this is going to work, I hate to say. The relationship, the job, maybe the city or town you're living in is not working for you. I moved 5 years ago. My wife and I moved from the East Coast, where I lived all my life, and I don't want to say anything bad about the East Coast of the U.S. It served me well for decades. But it came time when it wasn't resonating, and I wanted to be near the mountains and in an area where we can do all of the things we want to do every single day if we choose to. And with the East Coast, very congested, so many people, it didn't have the landscape that I really wanted. I wanted the mountains. Maybe you want an ocean or a river or something. It's not too late. And I say, if you don't do this, you're missing out. What's holding you back? Well, I've got a job. I can't leave my... What do you mean you can't leave your job? If it's ruining your life, you can. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox. I shared 6 really important things with you today. Send me an email and let me know how many of these 6 you are already doing or will be doing within the next week. Send me an email, dave@madow.com, MADOW, and it's also in the show notes. You can reach me. Now, I want to share something. When you email me, don't think that I'm going to be giving you a one-on-one course on how to do all of this and change your life just by email. I can't do that. A lot of people think that, they emailed Dr. Dave and he's such a nice guy. And I am a nice guy. You can tell I'm a nice guy, but that doesn't mean I have the time or the wherewithal to help every single person in their lives by email or even jumping on a Zoom call without getting paid in some way, because I'm very, very busy. But I do have now, what I suggest though, what I tell people is the first line of defense is listen to every podcast episode of mine that you can. Just immerse yourself in my episodes because I share so much information. But also, if you want more, if you want one-on-one help, I've got the program for you. Dr. Denise Moret, she's a doctor of psychology and well-versed in plant medicine. We formulated this program at the very beginning of this year. So if you want one-on-one hand-holding and we get you through and we get you to exactly the point you want to be at, then find out more about my program. Again, send me an email. It's in the show notes. Just if you want it badly enough, you're going to find it. I intentionally do this stuff because I don't want people to just look at a website and say, oh yeah, I want to do this and waste time because they don't want to do it. This is only for people that truly want to change and want to do something. And it does cost money, yes, it does, but how much is your life worth? Jeez. Okay, again, that's all. I'm saying this because I get a lot of people that email me almost every day and they want advice. And it's very difficult for me because I need to know so much more than just from an email. So I don't do that anymore. I say, listen to the episodes, listen to my podcast, and then if you want more, I've got the program for you. Okay, thanks so much for being with me today. Thanks for hanging in there. You're here till the end, and that means I love you. I really do. Because you're nakama. You're part of our nakama. And if you're brand new, look up that word. Nakama, nakama. It's actually a Japanese word, but we can say it in English. We spell it with the English letters, nakama. Look it up. But you are part of our nakama, I promise you that. I'll see you next time. I got a really good episode coming out for you on Friday. I hope you like it. Keep this energy going, by the way. Keep it going, nakama. My podcasts now are coming out on both audio, which of course is Spotify, Apple, all that stuff. And as well, they're on YouTube. So you can see what I look like. Now, full disclosure, I'm not in my studio today. I'm actually traveling right now, so I'm just doing this in the back room of a hotel somewhere. It's my makeshift studio. I hope it works for you. It's not the stellar audio quality that you're normally used to, but I think it's good enough. And you're not here to listen to the audio quality. You're here to change your life. So, okay, enough said. I'm going to finish this up. I do love you, like I already said, and I'll see you on Friday. Now, get to work on these 6.